The double consciousness theory. The struggle African Americans face to remain true to black culture while at the same time conforming to the dominant white society. So this damn near ties into the topic we just talked about black people, selling items or businesses and labeling it as black owned, trying to stay true to our roots, to us, but at the same time conforming to the white dominated society and trying to fit in and be successful. So this is something I struggle with for years. This tie into code switching, which we talked about in past episodes. I'm just now, over the last few years, getting comfortable with that because I had that mindset. Like, I'm black, I'm finna let it be known. I ain't changing for nobody. Fuck that. They finna change to me. But you can't be successful that way. Not in the integrated society.
That's what you start to realize as you grow more successful. That like, as you start to grow more successful, you realize that like it's not about, and that's gonna sound crazy, but it's not so much about the color of your skin and who you are when you get in these rooms. Because if you're in these rooms, then you've done something to be there. And I think, it takes us out of a lot of rooms where we want to feel like we want to attract to our race, but at the same time, we want to get ahead, or we want to get ahead, but we don't want to have our race looking at us a certain way. So that's why you'll see people like, I'll never code switch, because they don't want to get a certain type of opinion or be looked at a certain type of way from their culture. So they may never go accept the job that they could or get ahead because of that, right? So I think a lot of it comes into play. Or you got dudes who aren't really maybe street, and they try to be street because they feel like if I go over here and be the bookworm or whatever, or just regular, I'm gonna get laughed at. So let me go be, over here, even though you're not really built like that. So I think we struggle with it a lot, trying to please both sides. And it's a struggle, but you really just got to be yourself. Like, you could be black and that's fine, but it's a time and place for everything. And I think we got to stop. And I think this theory, a lot of it comes from us, I guess, being so, how do I explain it? Like, caught up. I don't even know how to explain it.
A lot of us are just conditioned, though. A lot of us are conditioned to be a certain way and think that this has had to be my whole life. So when you're not elevating or you're not becoming more of something in your life, you're not gonna know how to adjust. You're not gonna know how to be in certain areas if you've never been there before. If you've never been on a job interview, is it over?
I said, damn, kick the power out of it.
You're not gonna know how to adjust. You're not gonna know how to be a certain way. That's like somebody going to a job interview, and I had to learn a lot of these things myself. Not knowing certain things of. It's a difference with a motherfucker that's coming in there with some slacks and a shirt on versus somebody coming in there with some jeans and a t-shirt. 9 times out of 10, that person, as soon as they come out, you already behind already. They're going to look at this person more as being fit for this job and prepared than you are. And that takes away the psyche of the mental, because a lot of us don't know how to adjust. But you have to adjust, and you have to keep growth to be a certain way. Like you said, it's a time and place for everything. You go in a restaurant, it's not a time and place to act the fool like you act with the homies at the club. So it's just different. Regardless if you think you're doing it or not, you are doing it. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. I'm not going to be the same way with my homies that I act around when I'm with my moms, out of respect, out of different things. So you do learn to adjust, and I just feel like it's a mindset that comes into play with that.
Yeah, but I think it's a fine line between that and looking for the approval.
Yeah.
White approval. It's a lot of black people that live for white approval. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being a stand-up human and getting approval from that. Now, I don't live for white approval. I don't live for nobody approval. I live my life stand up with integrity, principles, and morals, and you're going to respect that or you ain't. And shit, you nigga might gotta fuck around and demonstrate. It is what it is. But if you are a genuine human, a genuine person, you're gonna get the respect, period. Girly. Because real always prevails. And you know what the real is. You could tell a difference. But stop thinking you gotta do everything and then look up like, oh shit, do the white people, is they cool with this? Oh shit, do the white people, they cool with this? Like, I done seen it to where we'll be kicking it, chilling, and then white people come around, everybody feeling uncomfortable, and now they changing up. Now they switching up the way they talking or the way they, you know what I, and this is like not no business setting. This is in public. Mm-hmm. This is just in public where you feel like they damn near your boss. So a lot of people have to decode themselves from that. They got to deprogram from that because it's naturally programmed in you due to racism. Because if you're black, you experienced it to where you're almost looking up at white people like, you know, that's the pinnacle, because that's how society paints it through programming, subconscious programming. Subconsciously, white is looked at as superior. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so you got to deprogram.
And that's what I wanted to say too. I feel like this theory comes from us comparing or putting black with a bunch of the negative stereotypes that we have. I feel like that's why the double consciousness theory even exists, is because a lot of us attach the negative things that we do as a culture to being black. If you get what I'm saying. Nice. So I think you know what I mean, the acting out or just whatever stereotypes there is that we have, that's what a lot of us attach to being black. And so people try to shun that or think that's what you're speaking on. But in reality, like, again, you have black people that are prominent, black people that act like everybody else. Like, you feel me? You either on that type of time or you're not. You feel me, disrespectful, ain't got no home training. It don't matter what race you are. Every race got somebody in it with no home training who acts an ass, you feel me, who doesn't respect waiters, doesn't respect their culture, makes their culture look bad. So I think black people have to stop attaching the negative so much of what we do to being black, because there's a whole other side to being black. And I think that's where the double consciousness theory comes from, is people feel like, hey, how we talking right now? This don't make you stupid because you talking the way you talking, or because you got the pick in your hair, or we got the fitted hat on or whatever. That doesn't make you stupid. But people have attached things like that to negativity in our culture almost, where it's like, you feel me? Like the niggas who don't want to wear dreads. They can't wear dreads at work. That's been something that's been attached to a negative within our culture, even though it's just hair. You get what I'm saying? We got a whole bunch of different things. Sneakers. You go to certain jobs, they won't let you wear sneakers. They look at that as it's some hood shit. It's sneakers, it's shoes. That don't make you any less of a black person or a bad person because you have on certain apparel that we like to rock. You feel me? That's part of our culture. So we take a lot of things and we attach it to the negativity in our culture. And I think that's where we get this theory. So then we go ahead and we hide all that when really we should be putting it out there because it doesn't change anything about you. I take Nipsey Hussle, perfect example. Nigga did everything, Cuban Link, everything, smart as fuck. Same person, don't matter. And respected everybody and got respect from everybody. So I feel like we got to stop, to a certain degree, tucking our tail when we do get around these white people in these white places, because a lot of the things that these white people or white America is looking at as negatives, it has no weight on if you're a good person or not, or if you're able to do your job better or not. It's just a part of our culture, what we wear, how we talk, things like that. That doesn't necessarily mean you're stupid or any less, you know what I mean, capable to do the job.
I look at it from a deeper standpoint. I feel like the effects of us has been, it's been done a lot of damage to us of not knowing ourselves as a people, as a whole. A lot of us as black people don't even understand the greatness that's within us. They don't understand the things that's inside of you that the white people, I should say, or other races know. They see the greatness in us more than we see in ourselves. And I think by us not even knowing that everybody wants to do the things that we do, or the things that we've invented, the things that black people have came up with, not knowing your history and knowing your greatness, make you feel less than when you're in a society that's treated differently. Regardless of what you say, me being dark-skinned, I experience it every day. It don't matter, like, regardless, but I know myself, so it affects me different. That goes back to the detachment shit we talking about. But I understand when I walk in a certain way, and if they follow me around the store, and I understand if I go here, I got to speak a certain way for them to respect me and respect my mind. Before 9 times out of 10 looking at me, they're going to judge me off the dribble. So understanding these things and being able to decipher and dissect from that. And when we overcome these things, a lot of this shit that we despised about, people couldn't live a day in our shoes, let alone, you know what I mean, live in it for years. So I think a part of that is why we adjust, because we've been domesticated. We've been programmed to think and believe certain things. And a lot of people don't even know what the fuck to believe. They're erasing our history so much. I'm starting to see a lot of videos streaming of Yahshua being dark-skinned. Mm-hmm. A lot of pictures of people putting this information out, and people are happy to see it. And on top of that, it was white people carrying the portraits of them. So I'm like, I wish I had that video to upload it maybe in the next episode. I know I got it in my archives, but like I say, too black, too strong, man. And like I say, I rep my whole race, regardless of where I'm from. But Long Beach stand up.
That part right there.